A new Edmond development is the biggest in city history. Abby Avers reports on what it means for residents. Plus, could Bad Bunny be replaced as Super Bowl host? Addison Reamer has the scoop on a new petition. And tonight marks the return of the 2025 NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder. Emily Creekmore has all the details on tonight's matchup. Finally, cooler temperatures are arriving, but will they stick around? And what about rain this weekend? Sam Fraley has your weather update.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Phil Rodriguez.
And I'm Abby Avers. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Lyndall Fields, the new state superintendent of Oklahoma, has announced that he will be making changes and even eliminating some of Ryan Walters' policies. Fields will not require Oklahoma schools to have copies of the Bible in their classrooms. He also announced that Oklahoma teachers will no longer be required to take the America First teacher test, which former Superintendent Ryan Walters said in July would be used to weed out teachers with progressive viewpoints. Fields and the staff working under him at the Department of Education are expected to present an operating budget to the Board of Education this Thursday. Fields has not yet said what will become of other Walters-era policies.
A major development is coming to East Edmond, and it's one of the biggest the city has ever seen. I went to the Edmond City Council meeting to find out more.
It's one of the most ambitious developments in Edmond's history, and now it's officially moving forward. The Edmond City Council approved a massive 645-acre rezoning request last Monday, paving the way for a new community east of the city. The design includes up to 4,500 housing units, though developers say they may not reach that maximum, plus a town square-style center and 200 acres set aside as open space. It's a pedestrian-friendly village-style concept that includes trails, parks, and housing for every stage of life, from singles and couples to families and seniors. Still, not everyone is on board. Some residents near the site raised concerns during last week's meeting, worried about water drainage, infrastructure, and how the project could disrupt the quiet, rural character of their neighborhoods. One of these residents, Tyler Ashby, was concerned on how the trails might affect his family's way of living.
This buffer of trees is, when you look at the map of the hypotheticals of where the general agricultural meets the yellow or the residential, there is no green in that buffer, in that zone. But now imagine all of you having that trail run right on the other side of the fence of your backyard that you can sit on your back porch and stare at everybody that's running down that trail.
City leaders say they'll work closely with developers and address residents' concerns. And as the project continues, will vote no if the developer doesn't stick to their word.
But if they don't do what they have promised me, when they come in for a preliminary plat, a final plat, a site plan, anything that comes before this body in the future, if they don't keep their word to me, I'll vote no.
The city council ended up approving the project unanimously, and in a statement, Arcadia Farm thanked the city, saying the development supports Edmond's controlled and balanced growth initiatives. Now, construction isn't starting just yet, but Arcadia Farm said this will be the first of its kind in Edmond, and they are looking forward to advancing the project.
Now, meanwhile, we've got another story. Vice President J.D. Vance dismissed concerns today about the uneasiness of a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas while speaking in Kiryat Gat, southern Israel. With Phase 1 of the deal, involving the trading of prisoners and detainees, now complete, officials are moving forward with Phase 2 of the deal, which deals with the demilitarization of Hamas and a new administration in Gaza. Despite concerns, the vice president said he's optimistic about the future of the deal.
With 100% certainty that it's going to work? No. But you don't do difficult things by only doing what's 100% certain. You do difficult things by trying, and that's what the President of the United States has asked us to do.
Both sides have accused the other of breaking the truce, with Israel Defense Forces launching airstrikes early Sunday in response to what they claim was an attack on its forces by Hamas in the Rafah area. Vice President Vance is expected to remain in the area until Thursday.
We had a very chilly morning. I'm very curious on how it is right now. Sam?
Hey guys, it's about 73 degrees outside and sunny. It's cooling down a little bit as we approach November. We've got some light winds southeast at 7 miles an hour. Just a little bit of humidity today, only 25%, and it even feels a little warmer at 75 degrees. Coming up this week, as I said, as we approach November, we've got some fall weather. It's going to cool down into the very low 70s and even upper 60s later this week. And then we've even got some rain this weekend, so make sure to look ahead to that. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. Well, the battle for academic freedom and institutional sovereignty in higher education continues to play out. Another university, this time the University of Arizona, declined a White House offer for expanded access to federal funding in return for agreeing to a series of demands. Rachel Louise just reports.
Arizona State University is the latest college to be approached by the Trump administration to sign its compact, meaning an agreement to make multiple policy changes to get preferential federal funding. 12 schools have now been asked to sign the compact, including the University of Arizona. On Monday, U of A declined.
We have to put students, faculty, and staff first, marginalized people first, and I think the funds will come if you don't sell your people out.
It's welcome news for some of the members of the U of A community that ABC 15 talked to, including Kristen Godfrey.
I think this kind of goes hand in hand with like Trump's attack on higher education as we've seen it since his inauguration in January.
The university explaining its decision in a statement saying, in part, "We seek no special treatment and believe in our ability to compete for federally funded research strictly on merit." The compact, obtained by ABC 15, asks the schools to make major policy changes, including removing sex and race as factors in admissions, assessing viewpoints of faculty and staff, and preventing transgender people from using the bathrooms of their choice. It also asks universities to have a 5-year tuition freeze and place a cap on the number of international students. These 3 freshmen at Arizona State say they're okay with the compact as long as ASU gets research money.
Money towards research is always a plus. No matter what it's for, I think it could always be beneficial towards good causes.
More funding is always good for the school and the people at the school. More money, it's good.
But Jacob, also a freshman, says he's against the compact being signed.
I don't think the state should be involved in regulating what people can do with their bodies and what'll make them happiest. But I also think that some people are disadvantaged in certain racial areas, and it's just, I think that admissions should consider it at times.
Arizona State University has not indicated whether it'll sign the compact. Originally, only 9 universities were asked to sign. So far, 6 of the now 12 schools have declined.
And since this story was filed, another school has declined, bringing the total number to 7. Other schools, a mix of public and private universities, have either said they are reviewing the compact or have not commented publicly.
Tecumseh Public Schools has announced that students will be required to wear clear backpacks. This comes after earlier this month, a freshman student was arrested after threatening to shoot up the school. The student has made social media posts containing weapons and threatening language. The FBI alerted the Pottawatomie County Sheriff's Office, and the threat was judged as credible. That student is now facing charges of terroristic threats, threatening acts against violence, violation of the Computer Crimes Act, and obscene materials. Students who do not have clear backpacks will be provided one, and female students will be allowed to carry small purses.
Oklahoma will not receive funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program in November if the government shutdown continues. According to usafacts.org, 16.8% of Oklahomans received SNAP benefits during 2024. SNAP households can continue to use existing funds on their EBT cards until October 31st, but their ability to do so after November 1st remains unclear. Oklahoma Department of Human Services urges SNAP households to carefully budget in order to make the most of their existing benefits and to keep up with their eligibility paperwork.
Now, like we said earlier, it was very chilly. I'm hoping that we'll see some more of that soon.
Maybe we will. Sam will have more of our weather after the break.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
I'm high. Oh. Hey Broncos, we're going to take a look at the current conditions. It's about 73 degrees outside and sunny. That wind has died down a little bit, getting down to about 7 miles an hour, with gusts up to 17 miles an hour in the direction of southeast. Not too much humidity today, only about 25%. That will come up tonight a little bit. And it even feels a little warmer despite November approaching at 75 degrees. Now, looking ahead, we've got some fall weather upcoming, and I'm very excited for that. Finally getting down into some of those high 60s and low 70s. And we've even got some rain this weekend, so be sure to take note of that. Current conditions across the state, as you can see, we're in the low to mid 70s across most of Oklahoma, even 67 degrees up there in Miami and 71 out in the panhandle of Guymon. And it is about 73 degrees here in the central part of the state. Tonight, it'll get down to about 55 degrees, clear skies. Those winds will die down even a little bit more and be southwest with about 6 miles an hour. That humidity, as I said, will go up a little bit to about 50%. And then tonight, across the state, we're going to be seeing mostly the same everywhere, about 55, mid-50s, and a little bit cooler up there in Miami at 49 degrees. Tomorrow, it'll look even a little warmer than today, unfortunately. 78 here in the central part of the state, and high 70s across most of Oklahoma. Tomorrow morning, it'll start off really cool at 49 degrees right before the sun comes up, and then when that sun finally does come up, we'll get to about 73, not too much cloud cover until in the evening when it'll drop down to about 69 degrees, and we're going to get a little bit of cloud cover that night. So this week, as I said, there's some rain upcoming on Friday and Saturday. 90% chance on Friday, and then bumping that up to 95 on Saturday, which could affect some of your homecoming activities at UCO. And then we'll see sunny temperatures the rest of the week, high 70s tomorrow and Thursday, and then low 70s and mid 60s, Sunday through Tuesday. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm a little worried about the rain for some of those homecoming events this weekend. What about you?
I mean, I'm slightly worried about it, but rain, shine, whatever. I'll be in a poncho and an umbrella. I'll be there at the game against Northeastern State.
What about you, Sam?
Yeah, what about you, Sam?
Oh, I'll be sure to be there too. I am a little worried about the rain and delays with that, but I'll be sure to bring an umbrella and a raincoat and stay prepared for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty honestly scared about the rain, but nothing's going to stop me from rooting on the Broncos. Roll Chos. Thanks, Sam. Woo. Coming up, find out who will be voicing the Cowardly Lion in Wicked for Good.
And what series is getting a reboot? Stay tuned.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet? 100 feet? The length of a football field?
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Broncos, I'm Madison Reamer, and I have your social media update. The show Prison Break is getting a reboot 8 years after the series ended. Hulu has approved the reboot and is set to has shot a pilot in June of this year. The show is set in the same universe as the original series, but with different characters and storylines. The logline for the show says it's about main character Cassidy, an ex-soldier turned corrections officer, who takes a job at one of the deadliest prisons in America to prove just how far she'll go for love. Australian actress Emily Browning will be playing Cassidy, along with actors Drake Rogers, Lucas Gage, and Miles Bullock. There is no official release date for the show, but it's expected to come out sometime next year. A petition to replace Bad Bunny with country artist George Strait at the Super Bowl halftime show has reached 50,000 signatures. The petition on change.org claims that the Puerto Rican singer would not unite our country or American culture. It also claims that Strait embodies the heart and soul of the American music. The petition characterizes the Super Bowl halftime show as paying tribute to America's rich heritage. There have been no comments from Bad Bunny or Strait regarding this petition. The novel Last Night in Montreal by Emily St. John Mandel is being adapted as a movie from director Natalia Letty. The screenplay was written by Letty and writer-director Simi Cheles. The film follows main character Ollie, whose life turns upside down when his girlfriend Lila suddenly disappears. In an effort to find her, he follows her trail to Montreal, uncovering the secrets of her past and finding himself in dangerous mystery. Actor and playwright Coleman Domingo is voicing the cowardly lion in the movie Wicked for Good. The news first teased by director John M. Chu in an interview with Dan Lyon last Thursday, saying that it will be wild when the actor who is voicing the cowardly lion stepped onto the red carpet. But the news was revealed on Instagram Monday night on the Wicked Instagram account, with a video of Domingo surrounded by toy lions, with Domingo saying, "See you in Oz," with a wink at the end. Wicked for Good releases on November 21st, with Domingo starring alongside Ariana Grande as Glinda, Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, and Jonathan Bailey as Fiero. Author of the Atlas 6 series, Olivia Blake's new book, Girl Dinner, was released today. The new academia thriller follows college sophomore Nina Kouar and adjunct professor Dr. Sloan Hartley as they become part of the most exclusive and prestigious sorority on campus, the House. As they both get pulled deeper into the world of sisterhood, they learn that living well comes with a price. When they are finally invited to the table, they must decide how much power they can handle. Phil, Abby, Wicked for Good or The Wizard of Oz?
I love Wicked, so I have to go Wicked. I love Broadway just so much. What about you?
I gotta go with Wizard of Oz. Can't beat it. Sorry, Glinda.
Crazy. Yeah, I guess we're a couple of theater kids up here. I'm a big Wicked guy. Loved it when it first came out when I was back in high school. So thanks, Addie.
Thanks, Addie. Coming up, it's Thunder Day in Oklahoma City.
Oh yeah, it's exciting times. Our championship thunder returning. Emily Creekmore's got all the details coming up next.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead.
Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Good afternoon, sports fans. I'm Emily Creekmore, and I've got your Tuesday sports news. Starting off on the hardwood, the number 7 ranked women's volleyball team went 1-1 this past weekend on the road. They traveled to Fort Hays State on Friday, where they beat the Tigers 3-0, adding them to their collection of sweeps. UCO had a quick turnaround, where they then traveled to number 4 ranked Nebraska Kearney Saturday afternoon and ultimately came up short, losing 1-3 on that series. UCO's Caitlin Parrott was named this week's MIAA Volleyball Defensive Player of the Week. The junior leads the country in digs per set, averaging 6.04 digs per match this season. The Broncos will travel to Arkansas Fort Smith tomorrow evening. The UCO men's football team and quarterback Jet Huff put up a dominant performance Saturday evening with a victorious 56-22 trounce over the Emporia State Hornets. Huff was named this week's MIAA Offensive Athlete of the Week after his historic game. The All-American threw for 449 yards and 5 touchdowns. It was his third 400-plus yard game, the most of any player in UCO history. Central Oklahoma will be home again this weekend when they host Northeastern State on Saturday evening for homecoming. Now over to the green, the UCO men and women's golf teams wrapped up the final rounds of their tournaments earlier this afternoon. The men's golf team finished first overall in the Missouri Southern State Fall Invitational with a final score of 10 under par. Baylor Bostic finished first individually for the Broncos and first overall in the tournament with a final 4 under par through 3 rounds. Bryant Polehill finished second, Nicholas Canales finished 5th, and Rhett Hughes finished 7th individually. This is the 3rd out of 4th tournament this season UCO has won. They wrap up their fall season next week in Texas, where they will compete in the DBU Classic. The UCO women's golf team wrapped up their final tournament of the season, finishing 3rd overall in the regional preview at St. Joseph's Country Club. Central Oklahoma finished both rounds with a final score of 52 over par. Grace Hall led the way for the Broncos, finishing in 3rd place individually with a total 8 over par for both rounds. Estella Castillo wasn't far behind, finishing in 8th place overall, her final score being 11 over par. And finally, after what felt like an extremely long 4-month offseason, the NBA kicks off the start of the 2025-2026 season tonight. Defending champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, have their season opener tonight at the Paycom Center, where they will host Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets with tip-off to begin at 6:30 p.m. Prior to the game, the Thunder will have their first ever ring ceremony and raise their championship banner, officially marking the start to a new basketball season. Phil, Abby, are you guys going to be catching the game tonight?
Oh yeah, I will for sure be watching the game. What about you, Emily?
Oh yeah, I'm actually going, so I need to be on my way like right now.
Excuse you? Yeah, go away. We don't like you anymore. We're jealous. Coming up, does Earth have an extra moon?
And Sam will have your last look at weather. Don't go anywhere.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything.
More kitchen now.
Expanding horizons, making room for the new. The modern frontier is ready for you. There's more to discover, more fun to be found. Our city is rising, just look around. Attractions, adventures, excitement and thrills. Rooms of beauty and history where knowledge is filled. A convergence of cultures in spectacular places. Open skies, open minds, and wide open spaces. The modern frontier awaits you to embrace it.
This week is National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week unites people across the nation in reducing childhood exposure to lead by increasing lead poisoning prevention awareness and education. NLPPW highlights the many ways parents, caregivers, and communities can reduce children's exposure to lead and prevent its harmful health effects. The NLPPW theme for 2025 is Healthy Communities Start with Lead-Safe Homes, focusing on 3 key actions. Get the facts, learn about lead hazards in your environment, get your child tested, ensure early detection through a blood lead test, get your home tested, identify and address potential lead sources. NLPPW is being held from October 19th to 25th, 2025. Coca-Cola
is slowly selling its classic drink made with cane sugar as opposed to corn syrup. Cane sugar Cokes are common internationally, including Mexico, but corn syrup has long been used as an ingredient for Cokes in the U.S., partly because of cost. But that high fructose product has long drawn complaints from Health and Human Services Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Coca-Cola officials say the cane sugar cans are currently available in select cities. This comes as the Atlanta-based company is enjoying success with its sugar-free drinks, including Coke Zero and Smart Water. Over the years, the health industry has stressed that soda isn't healthy in general, regardless of where the sugar comes from.
And unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. I'm Abby Avers.
And I'm Phil Rodriguez. Happy homecoming, Broncos. Stay dry out there.